bro. Rudy Ray, L.A. Jimmy Crow Laws, roll the corn. Rigo, we know the truth now. I love you and I'm in love with you, Tony Mitchell. What up? Roll the mother corn. I'm finna start back rapping, man. My album gonna be called Roll the Corn Volume 1. We know the truth now. We know the truth now. I'm gonna start back dropping bars on these niggas. My plug prayed to the harvest like Egyptian gods. Measure this motherfucking field with a royal rod, man. Shit over niggas' head. It's over niggas' head, man. My plug prayed to the harvest like Egyptian gods, man. He measured his field with a royal rod. These niggas just don't understand. We ain't from Africa. Them crackers took our fucking land. That's how I'm gonna start the mixtape. Roll the mother corn.
These so-called Christian motherfuckers.
We know the truth now. Peace to my beautiful people from this beautiful land. I love you and I'm in love with you. I really don't love nothing else. I really don't love nothing else. Now, shout out to Casey Macon. He sent me some elite receipts. Casey Macon sent me some elite receipts. See, let me explain something to y'all. And Rashida, love you, I'm in love with you. Y'all follow Rashida Roselle. Thank you for the emails, the receipts, all you do. I check out all of them, Rashida. Don't think I don't be checking them out. I be on them, Rashida. When I get time, I go through all the emails. But anyway, I kept getting downloads about the Phoenicians and the Cretans. I always talk about the Cretans and the Minions because I knew they were the people who was going to break the code, right? I don't know how I knew that, but since years ago, I always studied the Minions, Cretans, the people, the ancient people of Greece, and the ancient Sidonian or Phoenician, and people kept asking me, why you not studying Egypt? Why you keep studying the Phoenicians? And I kept telling them, I get downloads about the Phoenicians for some reason, because I don't know why that Phoenician Cretan area gonna break history. I always thought that because their connection with Egypt and
Man, shout out to Miss Meriwether, man. I keep telling that lady told me, don't you never, ever, ever let these people in this world make you forget about Crete. She said it ain't gonna always be in these history books, because they gonna remove it. But don't you never, ever in your life let these people make you forget about Crete. A substitute teacher named Miss Meriwether. And she knew it. And she knew what the fuck she was talking about. She said Crete is gonna be our first encounter with them white folk, them Greeks. That's what she said. Let's go.
Everything else, and they're the only people connected to Hebrew type of culture and Egypt. So it's some type of, I can't explain. It's some type of bond right there between people and Timeri. Those people are extravagant people. Because they were known as the best seafarers, the biggest traders. They had the most minerals from Earth. They had the most copper and dye and gold. And they built massive buildings. And I knew those people were going to break the code. Now, shout out to Casey Macon for some of these receipts I'm going to show y'all today. But I'm gonna show y'all some other stuff I've been studying too. Our culture is way bigger than what we think it is, people. They dumbed our culture down so much they got us thinking we just regular motherfuckers. We are the knowledge, the spirituality, the all this wisdom in these old books coming from our land. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Let's go here first.
I want to invite you to a free trading and investing workshop right here in Cobb County that will forever change.
Let's go here first. Let's go here first. Bancroft have proved that certain Aboriginal Negroes, tribes, inhabited America not so very long ago, right? Some statues of Indian gods in Central America possess typical Negro features. Certain prehistoric monuments were undoubtedly represent Negroes. We have an instance of statues at Teotihuacan and Palenque of a gigantic Negro carved in granite near the Mexican volcano of Tazila. A giant Negro carved in granite near a Mexican volcano of Tazila. We've seen a statue of a Negro in archaeological collections in Ecuador, right? 20,000 years old. The black races in America were either gradually mixed with Indian ones or became extinct. Now, this is what I want y'all to look at. Right here. Giant Negro carved in granite near Mexican volcano of Tazila. This is what I want y'all to look at. Right here. Giant Negro carved in granite near the Mexican volcano of Tequila or Tagila, whatever, however you say that. Now, I couldn't find this place. Because the name changed on this place. Now, the new one is overseas somewhere. But I couldn't find this volcano until I done some extensive research. Now, let's keep looking. Now, you see the word, right? Right there. Taxila. Now, let's go back. Roll the corn. Now, Trans-Mexican volcano belt, Tlaxcala, right? This is where this is at. It is called Iztac Hatal. I can't even say all these words. It's crazy. But this is where that Negro statue should be. The Trans-Mexican volcanic belt near Tlaxcala, right? It's called this word right here. Right? Aztec legend. Now, let's keep looking. In a road location in the same region, over the states of Tlaxcala and Puebla, local folklore in Tlaxcala links the mountain to surrounding volcano systems and ancient deities. Ancient deities on this mountain of Tlaxcala, which is this right here. Text right there. Same thing. They just switched the word around a little bit. But as you can see, it's a volcano built. As you can see, it's the same spot. Right? Same spot right here. This is the new word right here. Two mountains deeply connected to famous Aztec legend where mountains represent star-crossed lovers. Right? The sleeping woman. Now, when I find this mountain, let's go find it. This here right here. See the word right there? See the word right there. Same mountain. Roll the corn. Now, they said it's a giant Negro face on the side of the mountain. I found it. I found it. Roll the coin. Let me give y'all the first picture. Anybody see it? Anybody see the giant Negro face on the side of the mountain? Right there. You see it? They go to mouth, they go to nose, they go to two eyes right there. Right there, right here. Y'all see it? Put the coin in the chat if you see it. Put the coin in the chat if you see it. Giant Negro face on the side of a mountain. That's fire. Okay. I'm gonna zoom it in so y'all can see it better. Let's zoom in. He go to mouth, nose, eye. See it? Roll the coin. That's crazy. Let's go back for the new people in the chat. Let's go back for the new people in the chat. I'm gonna run through it real quick. Let's go back. Now they say they knew Negro ancient culture, gigantic Negro carved in granite near the Mexican volcano of Tazila. Right? Negroes. That's what they say. Now, you get this. Roll the coin. That same mountain, hold on, that's the wrong receipt. It's called the Trans-Mexican Volcanic Belt, Tlaxcala, which became this word right here. Iztaccíhuatl. Right? Tlaxcala. Here we go right here. Iztaccíhuatl. Let's go to the mountain. They go to face right there. They go to face right there on side the mountain. They talk about it in the old books. Still there today. Knocked all down. You can't really see it all that good because snow all over it. But let's zoom in. Right there. Eye, nose right here. Mouth. See that? Look like an arm right there too. Look like an arm there and an arm. Look like a whole body. Look like a whole body. Look at the body right there. Look at the arms right here. You see that? Let me get out the way. Giant Negro carved on the side of the mountain. That's fire. Now, I sent the picture to Casey Macon, and he see a whole other face. Casey said, I see another face in the mountain. Damn. Casey, where you see the face at? Right here. Right here, people. Right there. You see the beard right there? See the beard with the two eyes? Beard, look like you got hair coming down. Right there. Y'all see that one? I see this one, and I see that one. That's fire. It's really there, people. Put the coin in the chat if y'all see both of them. Let me blow that one up. Right there. They go to beard. He go to mouth right here. They go to nose. They go with eye. They go with eye. There's like some hair coming down. Y'all see it? Damn, that's crazy. And here go the other one right here. Here go the other one right here. They go to face of the other one. Mouth, nose, eye, like a cheekbone right there. That's crazy. Giant Negro. Negro carved in granite of the Mexican volcano of, and there it is right there. It's still there, people. Still there, right there. Damn. I don't know how I found it. I just started looking at pictures of the mountain, and I'm like, bro, it's right there. It's the whole body. Let's go back to the other picture without the drawing on it. Head, arm over here, body. You see that? Now, who are these people, bro? Giant Negroes? Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Now let's go into this. Right? Let's go into this. This comes from the book Maize in Ancient Egypt, right? Let's go look. Indian corn and squash on the murals at Deir el-Bahari. Time detectives identified over 400 corn cobs in the tomb, temples, and relics of ancient, right? Realistic corn cobs carved and painted in limestone murals. Statues of the corn god Osiris. Damn. New World plants, maize and squash, along with local foods from Africa. But the maize and squash are from Timeri. These are our people. These are our people. Because squash is native to North America. Corn is native to America. It should not be on the walls in Egypt in BC times. Ain't no way around it. Squash and maize. Now, roll the corn. Ain't no way. Not only corn over there, we got squash. See, now I'm finna roll the squash on you motherfuckers. Now I got to roll the squash. Because y'all acting like, oh, the corn don't mean nothing. Then what about the squash? Huh? Roll the squash. Put the squash in the check. Put the squash in the check. Because now we start, y'all, roll the corn. Put the damn squash in the check. Put the squash in the check. Switch up the squash today. All squash. Squash is entirely native to the Americas. Entirely. Why the hell is squash on the wall in Egypt? Roll the squash. We're growing squash and beans and corn, the three sisters. We're growing the three sisters in Africa. Put the squash in the chat. Ain't no way. Y'all around here talking about these people from Africa. Roll the squash. Look at that. We know the truth now. Corn cobs found in the tombs. Damn corn cobs in the tombs. Ancient maize in Egypt was so controversial that he did not tell anyone about the importance of these New World plants. The mural inside Anubis Chapel, top center, portrays a feast of onions, grapes, fowl, meats, and breads. The upper terrace of the temple of Hatshepsut. 4 granite statues of the corn god Osiris. Clearly it was the intention of the Pharaoh Queen to popularize the overseas land and exotic new foods. Roll the squash.
Though it may upset Sue Divine, That what gave her the divine power. Because she was traveling across the Atlantic, coming to a point that's over here. And went back over there and was the goddess of Mace. Yeah. That what made her elite force. The god of Mace. And not Akhenaten because he represent that sun. Anything to do with nature gotta go.
Now, it says this book is called The Secret Voyages. Discusses a controversial theory that maize, corn, and squash, typically associated with the New World, appeared in ancient Egyptian murals. Howard Carter, renowned Egyptologist, documented 34 realistic corn cobs on limestone murals at Deir el-Bahari, dating to 1470 BC. Now let's go look at Deir el. Let me show y'all how monumental this is. Roll the corn. Let me show y'all what this is. Whoa! 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 Luxor. The Valley of the Kings. Okay. We got the corn rolling in the Valley of the Kings. The squash is rolling in the Valley of the Kings. Oh, okay. Ain't no American blood right there. Ain't no Timeric blood right there. Y'all done lost y'all goddamn mind. If ain't no corn and squash on the wall up in this motherfucker, ain't no way. Roll the corn. Corn and squash rolling in okay. In the Valley of the Kings, huh? Okay. All right, we get it. Let's keep going. Cause these hunter-gatherers, they lost their damn mind. All right. Let's go to this book right here. I'm gonna have to shrink this down. Let me shrink this down. Hold on, y'all. Let me shrink this. Roll the corn. Put the corn in the chat. Put the corn in the chat. Now, let me teach y'all something. Let me teach you something. Watch this. Watch this. North American Indians are descendants of the lost tribes, right? That's what they say. The belief has gradually developed in the minds of those who have made a careful study of the origin of the American Indians and their languages, customs, habits, and early products. It may be interesting to my readers to know that one of the outstanding discoveries in this regard was finding that all of the varieties of tribes of Indians in America, there are certain words that are common to all. Although slightly different in sound and symbol, a list of these words common to all of the tribes have shown that they were words which were identified with words used by the tribes known as the Hebrews, Israelites. Now, when truth not tell you your ancient language was some form of Hebrew, and all these people be trying to debunk it, you a lie. Because this book says the Atlantean language was some type of Paleo-Hebrew. See, I've been told y'all this shit because I see it in the artifacts. It's a switcheroo. You show me a pitchfork from the Atlantean, and truth now show you the shin. See, I'm gonna show you the real meaning of the pitchfork. They want to just give you the Atlantean mythology bullshit. I'm showing you a shin. The pitchfork of the Atlantean. Let's keep going. When one considers unusual, enormous diversity of languages and tribes of North American Indians, and the fact that tribes which live each live very near each other are often unable to understand each other or to communicate with each other in any form. There is an existence of certain common words of an identical nature and meaning becomes highly significant. It's altered a little bit, but it's all based in the same knowledges, the same languages. Right? Let's keep going. It's all based in the same languages. And they're not talking about Native America, they're talking about
Negroes.
the melanated Indians. Right? Now, words had a religious and mystical meaning and had, I can't see that part, conditions, local nature, very often to principles, the laws of cosmic nature and pertaining to nothing else in their language or in their customs and habits. Right? In the third place, it was found that there were certain holidays or holy days or ceremonial days that were quite common to all of the tribes, despite the great variance of the manner of living, their beliefs, and their tribal philosophy. Again, it is found that most of the ceremonial days had a cosmic meaning, mystical, and religious significance, and were coincident with similar holy days prevalent from the Hebrew Israelites. Now, cosmic, nature created the language, nature created the spirituality, then it turns into similar holy days of Hebrew Israelites. This is what I've been teaching y'all the whole time. It was nature, it was stars, it was the earth, it was farming. Then, as you see these people grow spiritually in their philosophy, then you take this shit around the world, then it becomes a Hebrew teaching. So why are they trying to tell you your culture is so similar to what the Hebrew Israelites were doing? The culture is older than Israel, people. The culture is older than Hebrew languages, people. But who created it and took it to places? That culture was an agriculture, spirituality culture. Then it returned to this. This is where these people get their holy words from, people. They didn't write them. Your people wrote them. They just switcherooed it, right? Now, considering the fact that many of these Indian tribes were so widely separated on this entire continent, lay between them, making them so unknown to each other that they were eventually brought into contact with each tribe, astounding to know that the existence of each other. We can well realize that the similarity in the ceremonial days could not be the result of late intercommunication or the recent exchange of ideas. This is ancient ideas. These are ancient ideas. This is why I told y'all about America. We had no contact with other cultures, people. Why are we doing Hebrew-style things and we had no culture with a Bible? They get it from the Bible. They get it from stolen ancient texts, how to be spiritual. We got it from the ground. We got it from the field, farming, ancestors, environment. Do you get it? When something comes from the environment and nature, that means it's pure to your culture. Didn't nobody give you no damn book. And you were like, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. See, there's a book. But if your ancestors tell you, this is how you supposed to live spiritual, that's your culture. When there ain't no books around, when it's just the knowledge of passed down to people, that's your real culture. Teach you how to farm, that's your real culture. Let's keep going. They got it from a book. We didn't. Roll the call. Let's go here. Now I'm finna get deep. Shout out to Casey Megan for this receipt. Shout out to Casey Megan for these receipts. I'm finna get deep. Watch this. Hatshepsut, right? They called her the Queen of Maize. They called Hatshepsut the Queen of Maize, right? I showed y'all that yesterday. See, can I find it again? Roll the coin. Right here. Hatshepsut, Ma'at Kara, Queen of Maize. Let's keep going. This shit get deeper now. This shit get deeper. Watch this. Way deeper than what we thought it was. Her Majesty of the Economy, Perel to lay ahead of she kept spending her father's treasures. She kept spending her father's treasures. Damn, Hatshepsut. Let's keep going. The Pharaoh armies looted foreign cities. There were always steady growth in the royal treasury. However, Hatshepsut's policy maintaining peaceful relations with her neighbors and effectively ending the income from warfare and tribute, the only alternative, she concluded, was for Egypt's merchants and miners to fix supplies of gold, copper, and tin from overseas. Stop right there.
Overseas.
So Pharaoh Hatshepsut is spinning the bag of her father. She blowing money fast in Egypt. So now she has to go to the land of Punt to reel on the wealth.
Across sea.
Spin that shit. Spin it. Hatshepsut was like, spin that shit.
That's why I got down when I showed y'all. When I was coming up with them places that was in the Americas, they're supposed to be all out. Punk. Some type of Ethiopia. Even Alabama, Florida, and Louisiana was coming to the same area when I said within North America. I said, where these places located within North America? And it was pointing right into these places. He was live one day, he tripped himself out when he seen some shit. He said, yup. She was coming across the Atlantic. An unknown transatlantic movement. Because they wanted to be unknown. But they can't be unknown because she got that coin.
Spin that shit. My daddy got all this gold. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that. Hatshepsut spinning that shit. Right? Over there in Egypt, balling out of control. On some city girls type shit. Right? So now, Hatshepsut, you know, while my goddamn Egyptians ball is it, right? Now, she puts together some type of trip to Punt to fetch supplies of gold and copper and tin from overseas. From overseas. The land of Punt. The implications of her decision were enormous. She would have to build a new fleet of ocean-going vessels. Her naval commanders would have to learn the navigational secrets of the Menian seafarers.
Phoenicia.
Her commanders would have to learn the navigation secrets of the Menians seafarers, and they would have to engage in expeditions overseas that could last for several years. I knew the Menians and the Phoenicians gonna come into play in this history. I knew it. I've been studying their ass for years. The Menians brought corn and copper to Egypt. So now, Hatshepsut has spent all the money, spend that shit. She get in contact with the Menian or the Cretan, who always got who the plug. She got in contact with the plug. Let me call my plug, man. Hey, Menian Cretans, I need corn and gold and some copper around this motherfucker, cause I done blew my daddy bag. Y'all need to tell me where to go re-up. Look, I need to know where to go now. I don't want y'all to bring me shit. Y'all taxing the work. Y'all taxing the work. I need to go where y'all take me to the land of the plug. beautiful stories ever told, man. Roll the corn. Who telling this type of story? This shit is amazing. Now, before we keep going, I want to show y'all what the minions are, who the minions are. Before you understand, now, they said the minions are the ancestors of the UG Indians. See, you must know what the hell we talking about You must know what we talking about before I break the whole code. Put the 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat. The minions, right? You must know who we talking about before I move on. Where is my receipts? Roll the corn. Where is my receipts? Put the coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. The minions, right here, metals and corn across the Atlantic. They were wearing gold corn cob rings associated with the archaeological site of Crete. Now, who are the descendants of the minions in America?
Nazis.
Before I move on, let's show you the bloodline of who we're speaking of now. The UG Indians, descendants of ancient Minion people. Oh, shit, we know the truth now. You done traced the Indian all the way back to Hebrews. Hebrews that was bringing copper and corn to Egypt. You a bad-ass nigga, man. Boy, you hell. Roll the card. Now, let's get back to the Hatshepsut story. As you see what kind of people we talking about, here go the damn UG Indians right here. Roll the corn. Here they go. In North Georgia, right here. You think this shit a myth you want to, that you ain't come from no Hebrew background. You the first people of agriculture, Hebrew. This ain't no goddamn myth. This the truth, nigga. This land where it come from, it got religious when it got to over there. This our culture over here. We know the truth. Let's keep going. Let's go back to Hatshepsut blowing her daddy bag, right? Now, Hatshepsut then spent that shit, blew the money fast. She trying to go back. She know where the land of plenty is at because these cultures know each other. Egypt, Phoenicians, Minions, they know each other. But the Phoenicians and Minions are the seafarers with the corn and the gold and the tin. Right? So Hatshepsut reaches out to the Minion seafarers. They would have to engage in expeditions overseas that could last for several years. The precise location of the overseas mines were regarded with the utmost secrecy among the mariners of the Minion kings. Nevertheless, there was at least a general understanding among Egyptian seafarers that the Minions had found their treasures in mysterious and forbidding underworld. These overseas lands were known among the sailors of Crete as the realm of Hephaestus, the god of metals. Stop right there. Underworld. This land is the forbidden underworld. What does that mean? We know the truth now.
It disappears up under the horizon at a certain point. It disappears up under the horizon.
Let's go see what the Egyptians said about the motherfucking underworld. Where is it located?
Where?
See, our ancestors know what's going on. You just gotta listen and pay attention. They teaching you everything.
Six-figure funded trader and I've passed plenty of challenges just like this one, using just one tool, the fib.
They teaching you everything. Let me give y'all's answer to these questions. The underworld, the land of the motherfucking ancestors. Okay. The underworld in Egypt is the land to the west.
To the west.
To the west.
Western Plateau.
Of the ancestors. Do what? Okay. See, this is the way you gotta teach this. You gotta teach this gangster shit like this. Yeah, you exactly right. The underworld known as Duat believed the lie in the west. The western, they try to say the western desert, but they a goddamn lie. They talking about the west. Not the western, the west overseas west.
The Americas.
The land of the ancestors.
The Americas.
This is where the ancient ancestors live.
Negroes.
Osiris is the foremost of the Westerners. The sun god Ra sailed his solar bars through the underworld every night. The field of reeds, souls in the west, was the field of reeds. Aru, paradise that mirrored the agricultural life of Egypt. That's where the ancestors at. Tombs in the West Bank. Now, Egypt said that our ancestors come from mounds of the primordial waters in the West. They teaching you the truth. Roll the corn. All you gotta do is listen to them. They telling you what's going on. My ancestors come from the west out of primordial mounds. The primordial waters came from out over the top of the primordial mound. It's the first land of creation. This is where our ancient ancestors are at. Now, let's go back to the receipt. Let's go back, because all this stuff go together now. All of it go together. Hatshepsut, the realm, the underworld. Overseas now, not on the land of Africa. Why would they say? Overseas. Forbidden underworld, the overseas land, was known among the sailors of Crete and the realm of Hephaestus, the god of metals. Now, why are they calling us the god of metals? I told y'all this, didn't it? We the first miners of copper and gold and gemstones and mica and jade and flint. We the first miners. That's where they get that culture from. Now, if Hatshepsut in Egypt is trying to talk to the Median kings, and I just showed you the Medians had corn and copper, they talking about the Great Lakes, people. That's where the copper coming from. The Median kings, they from here. They know where to go. The copper. So now, this is around 1400 BC, right? So 1400 BC, Egypt had already been going on a long time. So they know who to get in contact with when certain things get low, right? Let's keep looking.
That's when the biblical Moses popped up doing Hatshepsut reign. She would have been the daughter, the Pharaoh's daughter, that took out the biblical Moses as her own. It's the same time frame. This is where they come and change Moshe to Moses and make him power over that water.
Now, the god of metals, known as the labyrinth of the Minotaur, veterans of voyages to the underworld, carry charms, disc of copper embossed with symbols of the Median maze. Median maze, at the center of this maze, there dwelled a monster. Now they're talking about the Medians had like a maze, like a real maze. Like this they symbol. Like you lost in a maze, a cornfield maze, they had a symbol like a maze. You had to get through it and get out the other side. It was some type of knowledge thing. They just drew mazes and gave it to, and they used it on artifacts. Like a game, like some type of game, right? Read about that. Now, let's keep going. Egyptian sailors were terrified by the tales that were told about Minotaur, right? And they were equally distressed by the tales of the underworld that never witnessed the sunshine, they say. It was said the Minions, the land of darkness upon the sea of darkness. The Pharaoh queen was skeptical of the Minion propaganda that made cowards of otherwise brave mariners. Indeed, she had seen the harmonious talisman of Minion maize in the hands of Egyptian priests. Now, roll the coin. The maize symbolized the womb of the mother goddess. Hatshepsut was curious in the practice of the Minions, right? Being religious symbol and exploit the magical properties. Let's keep going. This stuff deep, y'all. This stuff deep. Roll the coin. Hatshepsut resolved the difficulty of learning in commercial and navigational secrets of the Minions by forming an alliance with an emerging maritime rival of Cretan commerce, the Phoenicians. They were bands of Semitic nomads who had given up their pastoral way of life for adventure and treasure hunting on all of the world's ocean. Pastoral life. They were farmers, and they started sailing the world's oceans, people, as you can see it. Now, the reason this is important, right? They are taking their agriculture knowledge and language with them around the world. And what language is this? Some sort of Paleo-Hebrew, people. When I researched the Phoenicians and the Cretans, Paleo-Hebrew. They got corn, people. I just showed you the Minion connected to the Yuchi Indians in North Georgia. Now, in ancient Yuchi Indian artifacts, they talk about leaving from the east, coming back home to the west, and settling back in Georgia and back in the southeast of America on the fertile land. Now, go read about ancient Yuchi stories. Go read about it. It's telling you the same story. They built Greece, a volcano or something like that, an earthquake went off. They got on their boat and came home. And they lived there in Georgia all the way up until hunter-gatherers came and moved them to Oklahoma. This shit's serious, people. This your real history. Now, this shit deep. It sounds like it's crazy, but I'm telling y'all, this is what happened with them people. Now, they sailed with the help of the magnetic compass by day and the profound knowledge of astronomy and enabled nighttime navigations. Astarte was known as the Lady of the Maize and the Star of the Sea. It was a name that would endure the mariners' affectionate title for the Virgin Mary. Oh my goodness. Oh my, hold on. Slow down, Truth. Slow down. Slow down. Didn't I tell y'all that our culture created the name Europa? They created Europe. Afri comes from Tanit, which became Africa. We name all that shit over there. We name the Nile, the Chad. There you go, True Self. True Self been digging the knowledge. That's Virgo. Virgo. Astarte is Virgo. See, this is what your ancestors were trying to teach you. This is what your ancestors were trying to teach you. You get the spring, which is the resurrection of Osiris. Right? You get the summer solstice. The sun aligning with the star. That's Ra. They go the child and the daddy right there. Then Virgo comes around after the harvest is coming out and the mother goddess protects the harvest. See, that's the real knowledge. You think I'm bullshitting? The mother goddess is associated with Virgo, which when Virgo comes, Big Mama take over. After the baby and the daddy come through, Big Mama take over. That's what virgin means, Virgo. That's why she ain't never had no sexual intercourse, because she was never a real woman. She was a teaching of Virgo, the protector of the harvest. You think I'm lying? Let's go look at the ancient texts. Roll the coin. The nurturer. Yeah. Roll the coin. Think I'm bullshit? I can show you better than I can tell you. This is where you get all this religious stuff from. This is where you get this religious stuff from, my baby. This is where your religion come from, my baby. You see how it all connect? There you go. Ancient mythology and astrology, Virgo is deeply connected to the divine mother, the protector of the harvest. That's what Virgo really mean, people. Powerful earth and harvest goddesses. I hope somebody just learned something today. Roll the coin. That's your holy trinity right there. All wrapped up in a nutshell. The child, the father and the mother, the holy trinity. It's mythology, people. Now, when you take that information in ancient times and turn it into some type of beings or human teaching, you know how much power you get with that type of knowledge? You get that divine knowledge and turn it into a biblical book. You got God, Jesus, and the Virgin Mary now. And you laying it on these hunter-gatherers and they don't know where it come from. They finna bite the leak. It's too powerful. See, let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. See, I'm not mad at religion. Anybody with a brain knew that they had to use this to try to get some power. Anybody who power hungry, I know how power hungry men think. This knowledge is so exceptional, I could run the world with this. It takes a divine person not to use their knowledge to conquer people. Humans are flawed, people. So if I'm trying to be the big dog, the boss, I'm finna use this knowledge. Because everybody ain't divine, right? So we can kill all that noise. Everybody ain't divine. Some people gonna get their knowledge and they're gonna use it to come up. And that's what the hunter-gatherers start doing. They know that they people are lost spiritually. We gotta give them something. Let's go back and find that powerful teaching from them ancient farmers and re-whip it and give it to our people. They don't know nothing about it. It's a new story to them. But boy, when they read it, it's gonna be so powerful. They tried to unalive people to make them stop believing. They couldn't even kill enough of them. So Rome said, we can't beat them, we gonna join them. Come on with the blood of Jesus. We gonna make him just like Osiris. We're gonna take all them ancient texts we pulled out the mounds and the pyramids and the old buildings and write it all in one book with palms. We're gonna switch the narrative. We're gonna put a picture on the face of the man. Look like us. I ain't gonna get on it today. Let's keep going. We're gonna let that make it. Now, let's go back here. I told y'all the Phoenicians are Sidonians. I told y'all the Phoenicians are Sidonians, people. Sidonians. That's their real name. Now, this is why I read all cultures. Because all cultures are talking about the same thing. It's just in a different teaching, right? Sidon, Mormons. You just gotta put it all together. Now, if the Phoenicians are named Sidonians, who bringing all this shit over there to Egypt, who know about the copper and all of that, I told y'all it's in the Mississippi Delta, right? The head of the Sidon River, Mississippi River. Now the Phoenicians said we come from the land of Sidon, we are Canaanites. The Phoenicians said we are Canaanites, we come from the land of Sidon. Where do you think they come from? Y'all stick with me now. They got corn and copper, and they say they Canaanites from the land of Sidon. Where do you think they come from? They just use common sense. Now, roll the corn. Y'all come from Sidon, right? Right off the Mississippi River, right? Third parallel, right? Third parallel. Mississippi Delta. Mounds right there, Winterville Mound, one of the largest mounds in America. Historical ancient mound sites. Sidon. The poem is called the Mississippi River, the head of the Mississippi River, the Sidon River. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. There you go right there. There you go right there. Sidon, Mississippi Delta. Okay. I get it. We get it. Look at these hunter gatherers. Look. Watch this. Watch this. Head of the River Sidon. Mississippi Delta. That's what they talking about, people. Sidon, you see it right there? St. Louis Mounds right there. Mississippi Sidon right there. What's the name of the real Phoenician? Before I get to the end of this teaching. Sidon, Sidonians, Phoenicians. What they call themselves? Phoenicians. These Hebrews, people. Look what they built. Y'all think this shit a joke? All them castles, all them Tartarian buildings, y'all talking about Tartarians? Them Sidonians, them ain't no damn Tartarians. I'm about a Tartarian, that's a Mongol. Nigga, we talking about, we gotta get back to our real names, real culture, real nigga shit. Fuck all that fake shit. Roll the call. We ain't talking about no Tartarians and Mongols and giant ass, big head, ugly motherfuckers building. No. These beautiful people wearing purple dye, copper and gold and emeralds. Big ass ships, slick down with oil, all over Africa, trading goods. Indigo. These people the one bought indigo over there. We bought the Hebrew purple over there. The Phoenician bought the Hebrew purple to the Mediterranean Sea. That's a fact. Why you think Catholic priests wearing purple robes? Purple is royalty. Now let's go back to the royalty. Now you must understand where royalty come from. It don't come from you wearing no crown and no white boy and no goddamn England. Royalty come from the dirt. The first royal family or the first bloodline that comes from the earth. That's what makes you royal. Don't make you royal because you can throw on a robe and say you a king. That ain't royalty. The original royal bloodline come from the first man of the planet. And he come from Tamari. That's the original royal bloodline. Now, when that bloodline goes around the world and mixes with these other bloodlines of other lands, they carry on the bloodline because they know they had mixed somewhere with these divine people. This is where you get the melanated people in Europe mixed with our bloodline, and they just carried the divine order. But they used it wrong. They started getting greedy and hunter-gatherers because they got African blood. Why you think the first people in Egypt were called royalty? The first Sumerians, royalty. They come from the royal mound builders on the Mississippi River. I'm telling y'all what I know. Because instead of telling you their ancestors in the West, these are intellectual beings. They are not ignorant. They know exactly where they come from. You just got to go through the artifacts and go through their ancient writings, and they tell you where they come from. These white people and these niggas, Port Chop City and Port City and all these old other Africans, Umar and General City and all these African teaching ass niggas, they not going to tell you the truth because they've been in their life for so long they can't switch it up and be a man and tell you royalty come from America. And everybody we touch became royal after us because we the first man with the oldest knowledge on the planet. Roll the corn. Now, Sidonians, right? They got American copper from the Great Lakes and American corn, right? Now let's go back. Phoenicians, captains, explained to Hatshepsut that the world's richest hoards of valuable metals were to be found in two places: the Isle of Antalya, or the Copper Isle, and Peruum, the Isle of Gold. Stop right there. Y'all hear the words. You know, you motherfuckers hear the words. Now, let me see who been listening to the study. Where in the hell is the Isle of Antalya? I already taught y'all where is it. Where is it? Isle what? Isle what? Isle, Shauna, you close. Isle Royale, Linya+. Isle Royale has pyramid mounds on a small island right in the middle of the middle of the lake, the Great Lakes, and so much copper. Bro, it is a piece of copper that our ancestors left out there on the ground, nigga. The motherfucker like this. Go on YouTube, go to Isle Royale copper mines, and look at these white folks out there rubbing on the copper. It's a piece of copper out there. They didn't even move. It's like a monument. It's just sitting there. They go to big ass copper cave, big ass copper. I'm talking about copper bigger than my damn table. Big piece of copper just sitting there. They go out there and rub it for good luck and all this hunter-gatherer shit. The Isle of and the original come from the Great Lakes. Copper. Go research Isle Royale. That's why they call it Isle Royale, people. The royalty touched it first. See, these white folks play with your mind with the information. They try to switch the name and be funny with it. Isle Royale. Why you name the motherfucker Royale? You could have named it the Isle of Copper, the Isle of Niggas. You could have named it the Isle of Capri. The owl of motherfucking, the sweet juice, the owl of Capri goddamn juice. You could have named it anything. You named it Isle Royale because you know the first royalty on the planet touched that copper. See, y'all play with y'all intelligence with these words. I told you the first royal people come from here. Yeah, I know this casino because I'm from Mississippi. I'm being funny, Infinite Roller Coin. Now, where is Peruum? The answer right in the word. The Owl of Gold, where is Peruum? Put it in the chat. Your ancestor gonna tell you the truth. It's Peru. Roll the coin. Ain't no Peruum over there in no damn Africa. They gonna tell you the truth. I ain't listening to nobody, bro. I'm listening to them. I ain't teaching from nobody else teaching. I'm listening to who created this shit. That's the only way we gonna get the real answer. The Inca Empire is not the real Peru, bro. Hunter-gatherers taught you the Inca built Machu Picchu. That's a lie. No damn Inca built that. Inca ain't built no damn pyramids, bro. By the time the Inca came around, boy, pyramid was 1,000 years old. Stop letting these Spanish people hype up the Inca, bro. They overrated. Inca didn't really do nothing. They mixed bloodlines, our people, and hunter-gatherers. Then the Spanish came in acting like they the king of the Inca. No, bro, you gotta go back way farther than that. Now, if them damn Hebrew Phoenicians telling the Egypt about the copper owl, Isle Royale, and the Isle of Gold in Peru, stone of horacles. Horacles or the magnetic compass along the side series of islands or stepping stones across the North Atlantic. The Isle of Gold required an incredible long journey down the Red Sea, across the Indian Ocean, and then across the even larger ocean along the borders of the island continent. The Queen of Egypt wanted both the gold and the copper. She set into motion the necessary preparations for expeditions in both directions, big dog. Hatshepsut realized that it would be impossible to conceal the preparations for such enormous undertakings. So she announced plans, sending an expedition to the land of Punt. It was a political stroke of genius among the Egyptians. Punting was often used small skiffs made of wood and or reeds, right? The land of Punt. Land of Punt? Uh-oh. Mexico is the land of Punt. Look at the people. See that date palm tree in the Middle East? They don't even come from there. They come from over here. The land of Punt, or Sar and Asit. It's a Sar and Asit, people. All this stuff connected around the world. They don't want to teach you this. Now, let's read this. Artifacts of Egyptian contact in ancient Mexico. Mexican historian reported that there was numerous artifacts of cultural traits that were very legacy of ancient contacts of Egyptian explorers and merchants. Fire. Mexican leaves of the date palm tree wrapped in incense. Hatshepsut talked about bringing corn, copper, incense, and green gold from the land of Punt. What is green gold, y'all? What's green gold? I taught y'all this. What's green gold? Anybody know? Avocados. Who said it first? Tantrum Artwork, A+. Avocados. They are completely native to the Americas. Ain't no way around it. Queen Pharaoh Hatshepsut says she got green gold and corn and copper and incense from myrrh trees and brought it back to Egypt. Gold from up there, copper from up there. Bring it right back to the answer. They all our people connected. The red and the black land. You see Peru down there? Mexico, see, everything come together. Now, let's go back. The land of Punt, Mexico. The black creator, mummies. Look at that Ankh cross, the Ankh cup in Mexico. You think that shit African? You want to. You just think you got an African Ankh? Nah, big dog. There's people buried in mounds in Georgia with an ancient form of the Ankh in their hand, buried in mounds, in the Coochie mounds in Georgia. Ancient Ankhs in their hand in Georgia. I got the receipt. Don't think I will show it to your ass. Roll the corn. Now, land of Punt. So this shows us that all these people who knew about each other, they were all connected, all royal bloodlines of different people, and all of them got something to do with Tamari, Mississippi River, Mexico, Peru, all of them. Every last great civilization on the planet, Indus Valley people, corn. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. In the 19th century, excavating Egyptian tomb was a popular enterprise for French archaeologists. They were ancient the kinds of headlines that followed the press. Great art measuring in gold and recovering the ancient burials, right? It was one of their occasions they recovered from an ancient burial. It was one of these occasions that Muslim laborers found maize kernels, New World corn in an ancient sarcophagus. Normally, such a discovery would have gained the attention of historians and the world press. However, the French biologist by the name of Alphonse de Condoli dismissed the evidence as a trick on the basis of his belief that Egyptian voyages to the New World were impossible. He summarized his debunking by the discovery of his Eurocentric rationale that the Muslim laborers were motivated by a desire to confuse Western historians. On the contrary, it may seem that was the French biologist who was confused by his loyalty to the Eurocentric notion of cultural supremacy. The academic doctrine has resulted in so-called scientific models, paragram. The visions of the world where ocean voyages to the New World were presumed to be impossible until after Columbus sailed in 1492. The paradigm indicates that maize did not reach the Old World until after these Columbus voyages. Cap. There were plenty of physical evidence that maize reached Egypt in the Middle East by at least 4000 BC. Probably the Menian traders or their predecessors brought back primitive varieties of pod corn that they could find growing in the Gulf of Mexico region 8,000 years ago. Old world agriculturalists developed corn drills, corn cribs, corn row farming. They also improved numerous varieties of maize that were brought back to the New World when Egypt and Babylon engaged in the planting in the Gulf of Mexico and Peru. Enduring contacts between Egypt and Central America, about 2 more New World plants across the ocean. Fire. Now, roll the coin. Now, as we can see, all these years ago, we were back and forth, building kingdoms over here, building kingdoms over here, building kingdoms over there. Now, the way you understand history is, these people who are building these kingdoms come from here, people. Egypt, Samaria, the Phoenician Hebrew, the Sidonian, the Cretan, which is called Armenian, they built Greece. The Phoenician built Levant, right? Levant is the holy area. Levant is where them people over there fighting over holy land right now. They didn't build it. Timeric bloodlines built it, and all these people were melanated. All of them were brown-skinned people. All of them. They be acting like they don't know what the hell we talking about. But when I go find the artifacts of Phoenicians and Menians and Cretans, they look just like us. Watch this. Let me show y'all a picture of a Menian. Look. Look at these people. Look at the people. Now, the first Egyptians were copper color. The first Phoenicians and Minoans were copper color. The first Sumerians were copper color. The Mississippians were copper color. Now we are seeing a certain bloodline of people that are doing amazing things around the world. Amazing things around the world. If you go look and research the cities that the Phoenicians built and the Cretans built, then you go look at the first Egypt. Amazing architecture, amazing farming styles, amazing spirituality. All of them got the mother goddess. So now you start to see a culture that they try to act like it's everybody else's culture, but this culture is different from the rest of the world. Right? Mother goddess, agriculture, ships, royalty, ancient ancestors buried in mounds in the West. We start to see our bloodline from this land do great things around the world. That's all I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing. That's all I can see at this point. Now, roll the coin. Now, ancient tombs all over Egypt has corn on the walls, on the murals. The tomb of Nekhet, corn. The tomb of Hatshepsut, corn. Even tomb of Seti has corn. So now, we have to look at history a totally different way. Totally different. And Colombian Moor, the Sphinx is not even Egyptian. That's Leo going into Virgo. Leo going into Virgo is the representation of the Sphinx. Leo going into Virgo is the mother goddess teaching. That's why the face of the Sphinx is Virgo. Yeah, they chopping off noses, but I done found Sphinxes older than Egypt. They come from Paleo Hebrews. I'll be showing it on my page. Y'all go check the videos out. They're teaching. They want to teach us is Egyptian, but Leo is the lion's body going into Virgo, which is Leo going into Virgo. That's why they put the Virgo face on the front of the lion. That is the protector of the harvest, right? So if you use that ideology as you look at the Sphinx in Africa, in Egypt, that's why they call the Sphinx the protector of the Nile River, the protector of the harvest. You get it? Let me show you. Egypt is a line with a star that sits right between Leo and Virgo, called Regulus. Regulus. This when the mother goddess takes over. See, you roll the corner. The Sphinx in Egypt is the protector of the river or harvest. Watch. Roll the corn. It's a protector of sacred lands. There you go right there. Overlooking the Giza Plateau.
John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
For a limited time, take up to 70% off at Ashley's Overstock Accessory Sale. Thousands of in-stock accessories priced to move fast. Mirrors, pillows, lamps, wall art, and more up to 70% off while supplies last. Only at Ashley.
Watching over the life-giving waters of Egypt, agriculture and economic heart. So the Sphinx is Leo going into Virgo. Virgo is the mother goddess, the protector of the harvest, or the lands, or the rivers, to make the harvest abundant, right? Now, if the Mississippi River or the Memphis area, now, this is where you get deep. Now, they say they found a Sphinx right on the Mississippi River. Older than Egypt, but they took it and moved it, and y'all seen that before? The old Sphinx that was found in Memphis, Tennessee. You get it? That Sphinx represents the protector of the harvest, the protector of the land, the protector of the river. That's why it's sitting right there on the Mississippi River. That's the first form of that. That's why you take the Sphinx out of Memphis, Tennessee and hide the motherfucker. You get it? Your ancient culture, or everything has a meaning, people. Everything got a meaning. So when you see certain things in certain places, they should let you know what went on there. Now, when I start studying the Sphinx a little deeper, and I start seeing Paleo Hebrew on it, with that hand plow of Zion on the Sphinx, I knew what it was. See, now I broke all the codes. I broke all the codes, y'all. This Sphinx teaching come from agriculture. Because when you go into Virgo, that's the protector of the harvest. So you put Paleo Hebrew on it with a hand plow, right? And seeds and all that. It's showing you agriculture people created it. That's why by the time they got to Egypt, their knowledge was already enormous. That's why they built the Sphinx so huge, right? It comes from an ancient river, the teaching, the Mississippi River. You get it? Then it moves to other lands and becomes what it is. Why do you think all these cultures go straight to the river? The Ubaid Sumerian, straight to the river, irrigated, drop the seeds. The first Egyptians, straight to the Nile, irrigated, drop the seeds. Somebody taught them that. Their ancestry taught them that. They know how to survive in foreign lands. They learned that on the Mississippi River. That's where they learned that at. They learned about the divine mother goddess of earth on the Mississippi River. They learned about the mounds and the ziggurats and tails and tumulus on the Mississippi River. They learned astrology on the Mississippi River. Mexico is not our ancient culture. We are older than them up here. Mexico got stone pyramids faced. That means they're after the mound builders. The mound builders are their ancestors too. The Andean people, pyramid builders in Peru, same thing. You find the most ancient star alignment in mounds in the southeast of America, people. Up the Mississippi River too. Ohio, St. Louis, Minnesota even got them. The Mississippi River run all the way up to Minnesota. Mounds, aligned with stars, all up there. The whole river. That is the river of creation. All these other bloodlines come from that land and start spreading around the world. I want y'all to understand it. The Grand Canyon, yes, we went to the Grand Canyon. We got ancient roads leaving from the Mississippi River going right through Utah, right through Arizona, right to the Grand Canyon. The Four Corners region. Miss Spain, read about the Four Corners region, where ancient cultures came back, made a pilgrimage back to the corn land. The pilgrimage to Makkah. That's where Muslims get it from. That's where the culture over there get it from. The pilgrimage to Makkah is not Islamic. The real pilgrimage to the Makkah is the pilgrimage to the corn, the Holy Land, the real Holy Land. So you must understand what they're trying to show you, where they get this stuff from. Pilgrimage means to go to the Holy Land. Why you think they called the white folks pilgrims when they brought their ass over here? Pilgrims are going to the Holy Land. Right? That's what you gotta understand. Right? Understand the real meaning of pilgrims.
At My Eye Doctor, you're greeted with expert care that feels personal, familiar, and close to home. With trusted neighborhood eye doctors, here to guide you through it with expert care you can trust and a clear, simple, and seamless process to better vision. All insurance plans are welcome. We'll file the paperwork for you and help you maximize your benefits. We'll help you find frames that fit your face and style. Better vision starts here, because vision is everything.
as a traveler journeying to a sacred site for religious or spiritual reasons. Traveling to the Holy Lands means visiting biblical sites, right? Aiming to deepen faith, right? Now, a pilgrimage is going to Holy Land. Our pilgrimage is the traveling back to the first fertile lands, right? The first fertile lands. That's our pilgrimage. In ancient culture, we went back to ancient sites with mounds and fertile corn and land that we did, and the ancient ancestors built. We make a pilgrimage back there. You put fertile soil back on top of the mound, have some type of celebration for the ancestors, and then we go back into our old tribes or villages, right? This is where the pilgrim is to Makkah. Makkah is really corn. They call it Mecca over there in Islam, but the black box is Mecca. Nah, the black box is the fertile soil. That's what it represents. So Arab people just put a big black box up there like it's some type of meaning. Nah, we're talking about the black soil. Muslims. Where y'all get that from? I know where you got it from. But anyway, go read about ancient Muslims traveling to America to go to the Four Corners. Go read about it. They know what a real return to the fertile land is. Now, pilgrims left Europe coming to the real Holy Land. Here. Once them people got over here and seen what they saw, they start reporting back to Europe. This is the real Holy Land. This is the land they've been talking about in all them books we've been reading. Y'all got to get y'all ass over here. Then all these pilgrims come. Pilgrims and Indians. Who are the holy people? The Indians. They already on the Holy Land. The pilgrims coming to find the Holy Land. The Promised Land. The land of milk and honey. Right here. You gotta be out your mind if you don't think these white people, these Arabs, these Chinese people, these Africans don't know where the Holy Land is, people. They know where it's at. That's why they don't like you. That's why they don't like us so much. Them people know who you are, what land you come from, and the abundance of this land. They know it. When they get over here, they can never go home, bro. You can't come over here to the land of milk and honey and go back home to the desert. You can't get a whiff of this and go home. You just seen a beautiful lake with fishes jumping, orange trees and lemons and pomegranates. These tall, melanated, beautiful women, hills and valleys and clear water and marlins and whales on the Pacific Ocean floating around LA and New York and Miami and New Orleans and Chicago, and you can't go home. How the fuck you gonna go home after seeing all that? Then you making money hand over fist, selling stuff to our people. You can't go home. You ain't never going home. So I'll go home. You go home after you've been over here and made y'all money. You go home then. Our people and country saved the planet from a whole lot of turmoil, people. Our crops fed hunter-gatherers for thousands of years. Our knowledge is still not, our Tamari knowledge is still not deciphered.
My My hubby is ejaculating so fast, and he gets so anxious about it, it's starting to feel like a chore.
That used to be me and my husband before I discovered this treatment.
Through hymns.
I swear it saved our sex life. It combines tadalafil and early climax treatment, so it helps him stay hard and last longer.
Do you have to go to the doctor's office? He ditched him a bear.
No joke, it's 100% online. If he gets a prescription, it's delivered right to your door with free shipping and completely discreet packaging. No insurance required.
That can't be affordable though, right?
Actually, it costs less than $1 or $2 per day.
Whoa. I'm sending him the link right now, and he's getting started today.
Yay!
When I first started my business, I was overwhelmed. I was in the trenches. I chose LegalZoom to help with my business because it was very accessible. They established my LLC, the compliance, the trademarks from the start. My name is Yolanda Hawkins. I am founder of Yoli Vendors based in Los Angeles. I create vending initiatives that bring hospitality and ease into public spaces. LegalZoom is a one-stop shop dream for an entrepreneur. It is a gem.
It's 2026 and niggas still don't know what they talking about. And YT people for sure don't know what they talking about. Our ancestors said if our divine knowledge gets into the hands of evil man, the world will turn evil. That's how smart they was. They said if our knowledge get into the hands of the wrong man, the world will turn evil. That's exactly what has happened today. Our knowledge in the hands of the wrong people. That's why they hide it. Any questions, any comments, y'all? I'm just gonna pick a random person. Any questions, any comments, hop in the chat, bro. Some people I ain't never talked to. Pathway, got a question or a comment? Any questions, any comments, hop in the chat. Let me see. 400, question or comment? Let me see. Law, question or comment? Step up, question or comment? D Moore, what's up? Let me see. Lisa G, question or comment? CS, question or comment? Y'all got a question or comment, hop in the chat.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up, you know the truth? The Bible Belt.
Yeah.
That region, yeah, how important is that? And then, like, how ancient is that?
That's a great question. The Bible Belt is the original Kemet. It's the original black land, the original agriculture land of the world. That's where all the knowledge come from. The Bible Belt is where all copper-colored people are at. The most copper-colored people on the planet live in the Bible Belt. Why? Because it's really the black belt. It's called the black belt. They call it the Bible Belt and the black belt, but when you go back farther, that becomes the Kemet. Because this is where all the agriculture, all these agriculture knowledge and the most fertile land on the planet is right there in the southeast of America. And you call it the Bible Belt today because as these people come over here, they put things on top of all our ancient culture, religious, biblical, like Christian stuff. On top of all this ancient melanated culture, mounds and black farms and churches, all this stuff on top of ancient land, and they call it the Bible Belt today. But the Bible Belt is the original Kemet.
Gotcha.
Good question, bro.
Okay.
No doubt. Y'all follow CS. Follow CS. Great question, CS. Y'all follow CS. See, they want you to think it's the Bible Belt in the South. But listen, the most agriculture in the world comes from that area. Why? That's where we was at. East of the Mississippi River. That's where all the mounds at. That's where all the agriculture at. That's where your grandma and them was at. That's where your great grandmama and them in the country, right there in the woods in Mississippi, and Alabama, and Georgia, and Florida, and Tennessee, and Kentucky. And that's why she's sitting right there. She ain't there for no reason. Her ancestry come from them people. They ain't come from no Africa. I'm gonna keep it straightforward with y'all, bro. Them are the first Hebrew-speaking people ever on the planet come from that area. I'm telling you.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer...
I'm telling you. Hop in the chat. Hop in the chat. And this is what I aim to prove, right? I aim to prove who we are. That's my goal. That's what drives me. I aim to prove it. Through all the artifacts and ancient books and all that, I aim to prove that we are those people. That these people got all this spirituality from. They just switched it up. Acting like it's over there. The only reason it's over there is because our ancestors took it over there. Long time ago. It's the only reason it's there. And also, we were such a great people that we had a covenant with nature to take it over there and teach it. We weren't trying to keep it all to ourselves. That's the first covenant. Stewards of the land, and to teach this knowledge to people who don't know it, to help humanity. That's the first covenant. The Bible teaches a whole nother covenant, but that's the real covenant. That's why manna is in the Ark of the Covenant. Manna is corn, people. Go read about it. Manna is corn. Manna fed the people of Israel, people for 40 years and 40 nights. Yeah, I know it did. Corn. See, this shit way deeper than the religion. So you got to understand the true teaching. Understand the true teaching, and then you understand, you get the whole truth. I ain't talked to old Duckster in a minute. What up, Duck? Any questions, any comments, hop in the chat. Hop in the chat. Jermaine, Manna. Jermaine, I'm gonna tell you how I know this to be true. The Lenape Indians was called Manna Lapun, Manna Lapin, Manna Lapun, the real name. Corn, white corn. That white corn that grew up northeast, Manna Lapun, Indians. Same thing as manna in the Bible. said Come on up here, Joker. Come on, ask that question live, man. Come on. Come on up. He said, did they have cows in the Holy Land? Everywhere our people went, we had cows and oxes. We took them with us. Cows and oxes were in the original Holy Land. It's a good question, Big Shot. Because cows and oxes have to plow the field, right? The original, I keep telling you, the original people of these lands are agriculturalists. It ain't religious, it's agriculturalists. So cows and oxes is a Paleo-Hebrew. Oxes is a Paleo-Hebrew thing, right? That would help you use the wooden plow with the copper or the metal blade to carve the field. So yes, ancient cows were in Israel. Now as you hunter-gatherers start to come around, y'all start sacrificing the cows. Now we use the cow to plow the field, fed him what we ate, and the bulls and the oxes. Y'all start sacrificing them for y'all harvest. That's where all this.
If you didn't go to the ER after a car accident, listen up. I got $96,000 for my accident in 57 days, and I only had what they call silent injuries. So basically nothing visible, nothing that showed up on the scene. I got hit, felt shaken up, but okay, no blood, no broken bones. I figured I'd just go home, take some ibuprofen, and sleep it off. 4 days later, I could barely get out of bed. My lower back was locked up. My neck.
Sacrifice of animals come from. Y'all take our ancient knowledge and use it and put y'all barbaric flip on it and then start sacrificing them. Now you got talking about Moloch sacrificing babies and cows, and see all that shit come from y'all. Come from hunter-gatherers. It does not come from our culture. Y'all added it to the culture. B. Drees, what up? Got a question or a comment? Joker, the Holy Land comes from agriculturalists. Go look at the mounds aligned with the spring in the Holy Land, Joker. Tel Aviv, Mount of Spring, Mount of Corn, Tel Aviv. Go research it. Somebody came there and put some agriculture right there with mounds aligned with the spring. Come back up, B. Dreads. I didn't know you was ready, bro. Hop back in the chat. Question or comment?
Yo, what's peace to the chat. Peace to the chat, yeah, we know the truth. I had a couple, just a quick two questions. It was like, were there any melanated or black archaeologists going to any of our pyramids? And the second part is that when I've been heard, if one of us went in there as melanated, it would start activating. Is any of that true?
Say that first part again.
Has any melanated, or do we have any melanated or so-called black archaeologists that's going in our pyramids checking our stuff out? Because every time I see something, there's somebody from here telling us about it. It's never our people. That's what I want to know. And I've also heard if we do go in one, it'll start activating. Just want to find out if that was factual or not.
Yeah, that's facts. We got melanated archaeologists that go in there, but they all ran by YT money backing, right? Mm-hmm. They ran by European or Arab or some type of entity that got them in there. This is what these Egyptologists on the internet be doing. People like Port City, people like this, like they get funded by some type of. See, what we got to understand is the layout of the land, right?
Okay.
I'm finna pause. I got a kickback to it. But we got to understand the layout of the land. B. Dreads, Arabs are over Egypt right now.
Right.
The YT people were there before them.
Okay.
And Greek and Roman people, right? So they the ones snatched all the artifacts out of it. Then Arab they come later and start digging, right? Looking for more. But anyway, they want to teach a certain history of Egypt. So they can't have nobody like me. They can't and send me in there talking about they go to corn on the wall and eat folk from over here. Because it goes against their history. They're trying to be these people that they know they're really not. So they must put puppets in the place that they pay to teach African knowledge to try to make it to go along with their narrative.
Okay.
So we do have melanated people that go in there, but they not teaching it right.
Right.
That they funded by some other entity. Or they learn on their own and they think they know everything, but they're not looking at the big picture.
Okay, true.
But if the real people go in there with the real meaning and the real spirituality that goes with it, yes, it will
activate.
Yes, it'll do something.
and one more thing, like I see a lot of so-called African cats around here. They don't know anything about no pyramid. I figure that's your homeland. You don't know nothing because you migrated there. That's why you don't know. I can read hieroglyphics a little bit, see through it. Those guys don't even know what I'm talking about. There's no way that they need to stop all that madness, bro. They don't know nothing about where they're supposed to be from, right?
The reason I know Africans are not the original pyramid builders because they are sitting there letting the Arabs pull out if they was their real ancestors, why y'all letting the Arabs sit there and pull out all y'all ancestors every day?
True.
Right? I'm just gonna sit here and let y'all just pull out all my people with all this gold and diamonds and gemstones and just sit there and watch it. And it's sitting right in the middle of my country. They don't care, bro.
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Because if you were in a car accident in the last year, you could be owed a large cash payment and not even know it. Even if you weren't driving, all you have to do is click the link in this video, answer 5 simple questions about your accident, and see if you have a case that could be worth money, like this, or even like this. If the accident wasn't your fault and it happened in the last 12 months, you could be owed a lot more than you think. And this doesn't just apply to drivers. If you were a passenger in an Uber, walking, riding a bike, or on a motorcycle, you may still qualify. Most people never check, and insurance companies are hoping you don't. So, don't skip this. Click the link and see what your case could be worth. People all over the country have already received checks for tens of thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they did it without going to court. That's because there's money already set aside for accidents like these. For example, Stacy didn't think her accident was a big deal, but after checking, she ended up receiving $90,000.
Oh my God!
And if your accident wasn't your fault, you may be able to get money for time you missed at work, medical bills, pain and suffering, damage to your car, and you don't have to pay anything up front. You don't have to fight insurance companies, and you don't have to deal with lawyers trying to take advantage of you. Checking is easy. Just click the link and answer 5 quick questions. It takes about 30 seconds. Most people think, whatever the insurance company offers me is all I can get. That's not true. That's what Jessica thought too. The insurance company told her her injuries weren't worth much, even though her medical bills kept going up. Then she found auto relief assistance, and she ended up getting 5 times more than what the insurance company first offered. Her final settlement was $72,000.
We got a settlement for $72,000. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
If you're even a little curious what your accident could be worth, click the link and check. Here's what happens next. Within minutes, an accident analyst in your local area will call you directly to review your accident. They'll determine right then and there if you have a case. And if you do, they handle everything for you. No chasing paperwork, no arguing with insurance companies, no out-of-pocket costs. You just sit back and wait to get paid. Some cases can even settle in just a few short months.
Look what came in today, $72,000. You heard that right? That's literally life-changing money for me. Just to be clear, I did not do anything special to get this check. I just followed a couple simple steps. All I know, I was injured in an accident that was not my fault, and I had insurance when it happened. So if that sounds like your situation, let me show you exactly what I did. I clicked on this site, I answered a few quick questions, and requested a free case evaluation. After I submitted, literally within 2 minutes, I was called by a case analyst in my area.
To see if your accident qualifies, click the link below and answer the 5 questions. Now, some people feel uncomfortable doing this. They don't want to cause problems. They worry it feels greedy. But this isn't about greed. If the accident wasn't your fault, you shouldn't be paying for it. Insurance companies will keep the money if you don't speak up. You have the right to see what you're owed. Now imagine what that money can do for you. $10,000, $50,000, or even $100,000. Bills paid, a safer car, less stress. That's what this is really about. One last thing you should know. There's a time limit on accident claims. In many cases, you only have about 12 months from the accident to take action. After that, the chance is gone. No reminders, no warnings. The insurance company keeps the money. So if your accident happened within the last year, don't wait. Click the link, answer 5 simple questions, and see what your case could be worth while you still can.
Because they know that that's not their people.
Right.
So they don't care. But Arabs are so greedy, they care. They trying to pull it out and get the wealth in the museums and the money from it. They want the tourist money, right?
Right.
But it's like if somebody digging up your great grandmama in the graveyard and you just sitting out there looking, ain't doing nothing. We finna say something. We finna do something.
Exactly.
They don't do nothing. They just let the people pull it out, go get paid $5 an hour to go help them, and go back home.
Yeah, that's what I never understood that. But I ain't gonna hold you up. You know the truth. You know,
no doubt, man.
Chat, roll the coin. Appreciate you.
Roll the coin. Y'all follow B3s. Follow B3s. I'm pretty sure these people had already tested the bloodline of the first Egyptians with the mound builders on the Mississippi River. It's the same people. I'm pretty sure they already done the DNA. They're not gonna bring it out though. They're not gonna bring it out though. Who built the White House? It's a story in the newspaper about the White House. They was in the basement, steady digging up under the White House, trying to put some type of heating system in the old building.
Facts.
And they run across a tomb.
Facts.
At the bottom of the basement in the White House.
Probably a little child, I think.
A tomb of an ancient man buried under the White House. It's in the old newspapers. White people ain't built the White House. I got the receipt somewhere. This is what you gotta understand, y'all. These ancient buildings, like Capitol buildings, they are measured just like ancient pyramids and ancient temples. They still align with the summer solstice, just like the pyramids. They don't teach you that. Some of them old cathedrals y'all think are churches or our ancient buildings still align with the summer solstice for the harvest. Guess what the white people do? They put a Jesus right there on the front of the temple and inside the church. And when the summer solstice hit the building, it light Jesus up. I'm laughing because y'all think this shit is funny, but this shit is true. I got videos of this shit. Big old cathedral, ancient building. Sun hit the top of it during June, the summer solstice. And it go right down and the light go right up to Jesus. White people in there falling out. Ah. Some of the buildings are aligned with the spring equinox. That's the resurrection, right? Sun hitting on spring equinox, light Jesus up. He's resurrecting. Fallout. No. These buildings are ours, people. But there are ancient buildings in Mississippi. Look just like them Tartarian buildings. They churches way deep. They deep in the woods, people. Why these churches?
For a limited time, take up to 70% off at Ashley's Overstock Accessory Sale. Thousands of in-stock accessories priced to move fast. Mirrors, pillows, lamps, wall art, and more up to 70% off while supplies last. Only at Ashley's.
Protocol. We know the truth now. I gotta start teaching more about that because people don't understand what them buildings are. Them buildings just like pyramids, people. Them buildings be aligned with sickness and aligned with summer and winter solstice, the spring equinox. All these buildings got all the same meaning as the mounds and the pyramids. They just got the newer symbols on them, right? Newer holy symbols. I mean, we know divine symbols. That's all. They align the same way. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all do. Y'all think I'm lying? Go to YouTube and pull up summer solstice alignment with cathedrals or churches. And why would they show you? YouTube got it. Go look at YouTube. You're gonna see the light come in right on June 21st. Hit the floor. Boom. The light gonna carry up right up to the front of the church. Slowly but surely. Go right up and hit Jesus' face. And light it up. White folks in there dancing, falling out. Oh, look. Y'all think I'm over here just telling y'all shit I ain't research? I showed it before. Them our buildings, bro. Anything aligned with the summer, spring, and winter solstice is our shit. Just because it's a new building don't mean it's not there. It's there. We built that too. And it got the same measurements as pyramids and temples and Mayan temples and Olmec temples. Same measurements at the bottom of the base of it. I studied this stuff now. Guru, got a question or a comment?
What's up, big bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Shoot, I had a question about where to start your research if you're trying to, like, where would you look as far as finding where they got the damn first ancestors?
Yeah. Okay.
Like how to find, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm gonna pull you down because it's kind of loud in the background. All right, Guru. What you do is, bro, first you gotta go to like these census rolls. Dolls rolls, census rolls. If you know where your family buried it, go out there and get the names off the people that's buried out there and go to the census rolls and the dolls rolls. And go back far as you can there. And then you have to start searching these cemeteries and burials and areas where your people were buried at and you'll get deep into your genealogy the fastest way by doing that. got? Jermaine, question or comment? Oh, shit. Melanated mindset. What's up, brother? Yo. Yo. Let me see. Now tomorrow I'm gonna talk about the transition from ancient mound building culture up into Southeastern American Indians. Is it true on American soil we have the most pyramids? Yes. Yes, Miss Nay. We got the most pyramids. We got the most mounds. We got the most ancient temples aligned with stars. All in one landmass. This is it. We got a lot of pyramids that were tore down over here too. The oldest and the most, right? Read about what's his name? It's Corral down there in Peru, ancient. But see, those mounds are pyramids also, right? The mounds are pyramid also. So you must understand that mounds are pyramid. It's just a prehistoric pyramid. We got them everywhere. Dakota Frost, question or comment? Yo.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Never do these 3 things after a car accident if you want to potentially receive any money at all. Number 1, never sue the person who hit you. I got $105,000 after my accident, and I never sued the other driver, I never set foot in a courtroom, and I never had to deal with insurance myself. Here's the thing most accident victims don't realize. When you sue the driver who hit you, you could be signing up for years of courtroom stress and depositions while having to pay thousands in upfront legal fees. There are some victims who found a better way to receive the maximum amount they may be owed without stepping foot in court. Which brings me to number 2. Never deal with the insurance company directly. I don't care how nice the adjuster sounds on the phone. I don't care how fair their offer seems. Their entire job is to pay you as little as possible. After my accident, insurance came at me with $6,400. My car was wrecked. I was still going to physical therapy twice a week, and $6,400 didn't even cover half of what I'd already lost. But they made it sound reasonable. They always do. I was honestly ready to just sign and move on. Then a friend told me about the accident settlement service. It's a service that could help accident victims get what they may actually be owed without going to court, without paying upfront legal fees, and without dealing with insurance directly. But here's the important part. It's not available to everyone. You have to qualify first, which is also number 3 on the list. Never assume you don't qualify without checking. This is the one that could keep people broke. They look at their accident and think, mine wasn't bad enough, or I was just a passenger, or insurance already made me an offer so it's too late. And they could be walking away from life-changing money because they never took 30 seconds to actually find out. So I pulled up their qualification tool. 4 quick questions about what happened in my accident. Took me less than 30 seconds. The screen came back and told me I qualified. And that was the moment everything changed. Once I qualified, an accident specialist picked up my case and handled everything. 0 upfront cost. No more insurance calls eating up my day. No paperwork piling up on my counter. No courtroom anywhere in sight. They handled the heavy lifting while I focused on healing. 10 weeks later, $105,000 was sitting in my bank account. All because I didn't sue the other driver, didn't deal with insurance directly, and didn't assume I wouldn't qualify. And I'm not the only one. Take Bianca. Insurance offered her $7,500 after her crash, and she almost took it. She used the qualification tool, found out she qualified, and the service got her $148,000 in 13 weeks. Or Tyler. His accident looked minor. A small rear-end collision, some lingering neck pain, and insurance offered him $5,200 to close it out. He qualified for the service, let the specialist handle it, and walked away with $84,000 in 9 weeks. Here's how you check if you may qualify for the service. Click the link, answer 4 quick questions about your accident, and the tool tells you right then and there whether you qualify. Less than 30 seconds. Cost you nothing. If you qualify, that's when everything could change. A specialist could get assigned to your case and may handle every call, every form, every negotiation, while you could do nothing but wait for your settlement to come through. If you don't qualify, no harm done. You'll just know. But if you do qualify, the number you could be looking at might be nothing like what insurance is trying to hand you. It costs nothing out of pocket, no retainer, no hidden fees, no surprise bills later. You don't pay a single cent unless the service actually wins you money. Right now, they're actively looking for more accident victims who want to see if they might be owed a bigger payout. Doesn't matter if your accident was 2 weeks ago or 10 months ago. If you haven't been compensated yet, you might be exactly who this service was built to help. Just think about it for a second. What could it mean to get $50,000, $100,000, even $200,000 instead of whatever insurance is offering? That could be the kind of life-changing difference this service makes for people who qualify. I was honestly 1 click away from accepting that $6,400. The only thing that stopped me was taking 30 seconds to see if I qualified for something better. That 30 seconds became $105,000. Click the link below, answer the 4 questions, and find out in under a minute whether you qualify. It's free. And if you qualify, this service could help you get paid the maximum amount you may be owed, just like it did for me. Click below and check right now. Because the worst thing isn't finding out you don't qualify. The worst thing is never checking at all and spending the rest of your life wondering what you might have left on the table.
See, let me explain this before I wrap it up, y'all. Let me explain this. The mounds are the first pyramids, people. Pyramids evolved to stone-faced pyramids, but the basic teaching of it is it's a creation mound. The mound of creation, right? And so the pyramids in Egypt are just a representation of a newer mound. That's it. Just a representation of it. A newer mound. They're still telling you that this is the mound, the knowledge of the mound of creation. It's an evolution of a people, right? So start reading about the Ben stone. The Ben stone represents the mound of creation on top of the pyramid, right? They still know where their ancestors come from. They never forgot their people. They never forgot their people. Ben stone. The mound of creation. These people got the Ben stone in the museum. They know what it represents. They know exactly what it represents. Right? This is what you got to learn. See, we got to learn our culture before we can move along, right? You build a Ben stone, right? The first mound of land that emerged from the waters. You see that? Sacred foundation upon which the creator sun god Ra, right, bring life and cosmic order to the universe. The Ben carries a rich meaning tied to, right, the creation story of the ancestors. This was on top of the pyramids of Giza, right here. See that? Ben stone. It's a mound, people. Just because it's made out of stone, it still represents a mound. They want to tell you it's extraterrestrial origin, but that's bullshit, right? These are mound builders. They just happen to learn how to work the stone and build this stuff to be more and more beautiful as time goes on, right? These are just mound builders, the Ben stone. You see that? Look at what they're trying to tell you. On all the pyramids, there's a capstone that represents the creation mound. Capstone on one of the pyramids of Giza. Ben. See that? Look at that. The red pyramid, the capstone, the primordial mound. Roll the corn. Sakara, named after an American bird. Now, let's go back. The first mound.
Living in Marietta is awesome, especially if you're recreational, but living right off the square in this 3-bed, 2-bath condo, let's go.
Of the land from under the waters. Now, when I used to ask the Egyptologists that the mounds are connected to the pyramids, they didn't even know it. That's when I stopped respecting all of them. I'm like, bro, I can't respect you to be no teacher, bro. You don't even know what the damn pyramid even mean. You don't even know, you just know a big pyramid over here. Nah, bro. Y'all ain't nobody teachers. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all just out here acting like putting all this old Egyptian shit all on your face, all on your clothes, and doing all this old fake ass knowledge, and y'all just trying to look the part, but you ain't teaching the part. And I started respecting all these teachers and I learned it myself after what my people told me. Cause y'all don't even know nothing about the mound. Come on, man. I can't respect it no more. There's some biased teachings right there. Very biased. Super biased. Now you got people like these Egyptologists claiming everything from Africa, but they'll never put the mound information. To be honest with y'all, when I first got on TikTok, I talked to that Port City dude, right? Port City. He said the mound ain't got nothing to do with the pyramid. And you an Egyptologist? That's when I knew all this shit was fake. These people don't even know. I can't listen to these fake ass niggas, man. These niggas just wearing Egyptian horses and shit all on their shirt. They don't even know what the fuck this shit stand for. They don't even know their own history and want to teach it and act knowledgeable. I'm bothered by it, so. It's when I knew I can't learn nothing from these people. Love y'all, I'm in love with you, man. Y'all have a good, safe day. Yeah, that Port City dude a clown, bro. What did Mao got to do with Egypt? You fucking stupid white girl marrying ass nigga. Y'all got white girls over y'all panels and Navajos and all this shit over y'all. Y'all some fucking cream and coffee ass niggas. I wouldn't put a Navajo over my channel to save my life. You cut my head off. You can't teach me shit. Zebra cake eating ass niggas.
I have 3 businesses that are selling on Shopify. Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never turned back. I can create a site with my eyes closed. Shopify thinks ahead of us, you know, and it thinks about the customer more than anything. It's just helping push and drive sales. Every day I'm thinking about some other new business. But Shopify is doing it to me because it's so easy to use. It's like I can't stop. I'm addicted. I'm Kiana, and I leveled up my business with Shopify.
I can't keep track of all my subscriptions, but my BFF Experian can and could help me easily cancel the ones I don't need. Get the Experian app now. Experian.
Hmm.